I'm Ben Mycelis from the Midas Touch Networks.
Oh, what a loser!
I'm Ben Mycelis from the Midas Touch Network.
You sound like a bitch, nigga.
I'm Ben Mycelis from the Midas Touch Network.
Bitch ass niggas.
Marjorie Taylor Greene spent the day attacking the Midas Touch Network.
Or are you not, in fact, a chronic and habitual liar?
The United States military, at the orders of President Biden, shot down that Chinese surveillance balloon. President Biden immediately made the order to shoot down the balloon as soon as its presence was known.
Why you gotta lie? You know that you a lie. So insecure inside. Be a real nigga, only bitch niggas lie.
It posed no military harm, and then Biden gave the order to shoot it down right away.
President Biden decided against shooting it down because of the risk to civilians, prompting some critics to call for a tougher response.
How President Biden gave the command to shoot down the Chinese spy balloon immediately, taking decisive action.
The U.S. has decided to monitor the balloon instead of shooting it down, even though it's apparently still gathering intelligence as we speak, a decision not sitting well with some Republicans.
Taking decisive action.
Those people in Montana looked in the sky and said, "What in the hell is that?"
Yeah.
And then suddenly it got on Twitter and got on NBC News, and then the Biden administration is like, oh yeah, that would be the Chinese spy balloon that we were ignoring.
But what we've also learned, which completely rebuts the entire Republican BS performative narrative, is that Donald Trump covered up the fact that there was over 3 times during the Trump administration where there was a Chinese surveillance balloon over the United States.
Trump himself, let's put this up there on the screen for the final word from the man. He says it, quote, never happened, and it is fake disinformation.
And Donald Trump took absolutely no action.
So for the first balloon, we asked the administration multiple times, why didn't you shoot it down over Alaska? They gave lots of spins about, well, this and that and this and the other. One of the things they finally admitted is, yeah, Joe Biden didn't even know about it. Like the whole time it was in Alaska, we didn't bother to tell the commander-in-chief. He had no idea that we were just sitting there with a Chinese balloon surveilling us.
President Biden gave the command to shoot down the Chinese spy balloon immediately, taking decisive action.
So Biden finds out after it's left Alaska airspace. That's what they...
And that's taking politics out of it. That's good to know because it's important. The fact they didn't even tell the president, is that normal? Was that normal how this would work under Trump when he was in office?
Well, we didn't have this happen under Trump.
The Pentagon confirms that at least 3 Chinese spy balloons flew over the United States during Trump's presidency, and he hid them from the public and never shot them down.
The Department of Defense is claiming that there were 3 balloons, Chinese spy balloons, that entered the United States airspace during the Trump administration, and that they were not shot down and they were not disclosed. Can you please tell us the truth and if that's true?
Well, it's not true. I can refute it. Former Secretary of Defense Mark Esper refuted it yesterday. Former Secretary of State and CIA Director Mike Pompeo has refuted it because it didn't happen.
Donald Trump and the prior administration took absolutely no action to shoot down the balloons. In fact, they covered it up from the American people.
You're saying there were not 3 spy balloons from China that entered the United States airspace and traveled and was able to do what we've seen this week.
Yeah, I'm telling you that. Every time something goes wrong in the Biden administration, there's one of 2 responses. They either find a way to blame the Trump administration, or they try and find a way to say the Trump administration did it too. And that's what they're trying to say here. This happened during the Trump administration. It didn't.
Okay.
And you would have heard about it before.
Marjorie Taylor Greene spent the day attacking the Midas Touch Network. This is fake. Here are the facts. Biden and his regime propagandists are trying to give themselves cover for being incompetent fools. That was Marjorie Taylor Greene's statement. We then responded to Marjorie Taylor Greene, just reminding the world that we had previously sued Marjorie Taylor Greene. We sued her because she tried to block us on Twitter in violation of our First Amendment rights. We sued out in federal court, Central District of California, and thereafter Marjorie Taylor Greene gave a press conference and called us communists because that's all she has, name calling.
You a pussy ass bitch. Fuck you, your mama and your kid.
President Biden the whole time was consulting with Defense Department and the intelligence community. He immediately jammed the balloon's capabilities. We were able to extract the appropriate intelligence from the balloon, and then we shot it down.
Unfortunately, he didn't do that until a week after it entered U.S. airspace. He allowed a full week for the Chinese to conduct spying operations over the United States, over sensitive military installations, exposing not just photographs, but the potential of intercepted communications.
President Biden gave the order immediately and was following the advice of the military.
I think they had so much egg on their face for sitting there for over a week and doing nothing that they finally grew a pair
and said, we have to do this.
And said, we're going to shoot him down.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, when our intelligence community was transparent and talked about the Chinese spy balloon, Marjorie Taylor Greene posted this image to her colleague, Congressman Swalwell. She wrote, "Eric, happy Valentine's Day, love, Fang Fang." But with the modern day MAGA Republicans, they don't, there's no even effort at bipartisanship. It's the outrage machine that they want to create. And then ultimately, when the facts come out, for example, that there were 3 spy balloons over America that Donald Trump covered up, at least 3. Then they just basically label you a name. You're a propagandist.
That is correct.
You're a deep state. The Department of Defense is deep state and they're too woke.
That is correct.
And that's why they got to be very quick, and they come out and they attack you right away, just as Marjorie Taylor Greene attacked the Midas Touch network right there and basically said, this is fake, here are the facts. No. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Donald Trump, Lauren Boebert, Gomer, Matt Gaetz, Jim Jordan, these are despicable people. And thereafter, Marjorie Taylor Greene gave a press conference and called us communists because that's all she has, name calling. Matt Gaetz, Jim Jordan, these are despicable people. Donald Trump, despicable people because that's all she has, name calling. He's such a weak, freaking, pathetic traitor idiot. He's like, oh, I must be very strong. What can I do for you? You freaking idiot. Because that's all she has, name calling. Right? These are people who have lied about everything in their entire life. For self-aggrandizement, for the MAGA cult, for the fascism they want here in the United States, right? Lie after lie after lie. Don't listen to the facts. We are going to live in our conspiracy theory bubble of OAN, Newsmax, and Fox.
Man, Putin called Trump. So Trump puts it on speakerphone on the guy's laptop, and he's like, "Yeah, you should be president." And then Putin did send women to the hotel.
We are going to live in our conspiracy theory bubble.
So when he went to Russia, they showed him what room Obama had stayed in. He said, "Hey, last thing, as I'm on my way out the door, pee-pee on that bed right there. That's the pee-pee thing that happened."
For all the talk about this alleged tape, I bet you've heard about it, virtually no evidence came forward in public to corroborate it. It sounded like gossip drawn from this unverified dossier, which, remember, wasn't drafted for public consumption, let alone fact-check. Sources telling the FBI the Moscow hotel story was, quote, rumor and speculation. There was no verification. And in fairness to those involved, the dossier didn't seem to have perfect sourcing on this very unverified claim. And we want you to know the facts.
Pee-pee on that bed right there. That's the pee-pee thing that happened.
Well, folks, we are a threat to MAGA fascists because we speak the truth. This community speaks the truth, and it's working. You in the community, you who watch this, you who share the videos, you should be proud of yourself because we're spreading the truth. Because we're spreading the truth each and every day here. And it's hard work because these MAGA fascists, they're relentless with their lies and lies and lies, and they have no shame. I'm Ben Meiselas from the Midas Touch Network.
Yes, I can smell the cock on your breath from here.
I am your voice.
Lie after lie after lie.